Now the best sound these ice cubes smacking the glass.
Look at
that. Look at this dramatic. Put the lights down low.
Yo, he's like a legit real nigga drinker.
Hey, look, tell me, look. You remember when you in the high school when social media was just becoming the thing? Tevin MySpace every other photo was the photo with the blinds down. You ever take a photo with the blinds down so you get the little light,
oh,
get a little limelight on you? Tevin was taking pictures like this.
No, but I'm never.
In deep thought.
Look, let me get my good side.
Yeah, that's him though. This side. Photo shoot. Hold on, bro. Let me get on my left side. My good side. Chill out.
Nah, but for real though, I mean, come on, you know your angles best, and photographer sometimes. I mean, my boy did his thing /life, follow on Instagram. We just did a photo shoot last week.
Dope.
But sometimes you just gotta help the photographer out. Sometimes, they like when you know what to do a little bit.
I mean, yeah,
that's fact.
It makes their job a lot easier.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Let's go ahead and dive on in on that.
How's y'all week been?
Busy.
Yeah, busy with what? Work?
Work. I'm dog set, baby set. Set. I worked on my cleaning company. I actually had a client last weekend. Like when I say this week, I've been so busy and Babe's been so mad because he's like, as soon as you get home, like you just go straight to sleep. We ain't got no time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go make you your money.
Attention.
I'm gonna make your money, Daddy. You feel me? I got you. But anyway.
What about you, Tevin?
Look at his face.
Right. Look, Tevin the one, he be catching all the side comments and stuff that he has.
He do. He be on it.
Not I'm gonna go make this money, Daddy. I'm like, nigga, what? What just happened? Bro?
Yeah, like, okay.
Where these girls at, bro? I ain't with them. Where are they at, bro?
My innocent ears on the real.
You ain't innocent.
Nigga.
You.
Moving right along.
Nah.
He just saying that because his parents watching.
Nah, I'm messing.
Shout out to his parents.
Hey,
Shout out.
don't do that. They fucking it up. Y'all not gonna try him like that on this podcast.
Shout out to mom and dad.
No, because his parents watching. No, that's cool. I'm grown, all right. Alcohol.
Alright.
Let me stop.
But nah, as far as like my week, man, I literally have just been doing my construction, man. Like more and more houses are popping up. Painting like 2 or 3 cribs this week alone.
Yeah.
So I've been tired, like dog tired. Plus graphics, because in school we just finished something last week.
Yeah.
Clap it up.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we gotta do something
man,
for you.
you just black excellence and up so much. We just gonna acknowledge the hard work and tired and gloss over and forgive you for Wednesday.
Hey, man.
No, we was
It happens.
Yeah. No, we was.
You know you're getting older. You take a nap and the nap turns into a sleep and you wake up the next day.
Yeah.
That was
That'd be
me.
the best one though.
Yeah.
Wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, like what the hell?
Yeah, but not when you're supposed to do something. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you know what? Okay, so we were supposed to meet during the week to do like our new little segment, Talk on the Rocks. Stay tuned.
Talks on the Rocks.
But
you already know who came with the name.
He do. You know what? I give it to Brandy because you do be coming up with some dope names. Like I remember when we came up for the name for this podcast, dude was like, "Yeah, I've been up since 5 o'clock. Here's the whole pamphlet of names." I'm like, nigga.
Look, sometimes you can just wake up
Get you some.
and feel like creating.
Yeah, man. Tevin was supposed to meet us, man. He was sleep. I can't even blame him because, like I said, I've been busy this week too, so I couldn't even blame him, man. Get your rest, brother.
Yeah. Nah, I get it. It's all good. But
My brother.
what we got?
It's lined up.
Alright, so look.
He getting COVID clean over
Yeah,
there.
COVID clean, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel it. I just cleaned before y'all got here, actually. I usually do when y'all on the way. I be like rushing around,
What mercy.
sweeping and
You know I got a cleaning service. I got you, bro.
okay, for
I'm
real.
playing. Cleaning my little old me.
All right. I'm out of super stuff.
But look, Juneteenth.
Okay.
Juneteenth was lit. At least mine was.
Alright.
You know, I'm sorry.
What you do?
Well, that weekend, me and they had went to a brunch, a cookout, a party. Got a lady with the titties. You feel me? We was lit. Like, it was really nice.
Lady with the titties.
Yeah.
Somebody hashtag that, please.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's one of our new shirt. Don't steal that other podcast. It's Liddy with the titties.
I'm not.
I'm kidding. No, we're not. We're not
Y'all
doing
heard
that.
the long neck.
We're not doing
Y'all
that.
ain't know the long neck. He was the one who was like, hey, we Liddy with the titties. Nah, you don't know. Alright, cool. But anyway.
He sound like that one homie you got who's just too excited to try to get booty for the night out. That's who you sound like. He sound like he's that homie. You never had the homie who was too excited to try to find a girl for the night or something like that. Oh yeah, man, where you going? You know, he got some funny nickname y'all probably go by. Nah, but who is this?
It was this guy. He was just famous for having like a long neck. You had long neck and wide neck. They even had a song together.
Bro. I'm not. It's not even still that too.
Yeah, we not.
Yeah, let's go.
Y'all know who he is. But anyway, Juneteenth, Live with the Titties. What y'all do?
I was actually part of course, an organization with Black Land being one of them who sponsored an event for Black excellence and putting Blackness on display. So we had a couple barbecues where we brought in a couple people. We had lawyers, attorneys. We had real estate investors to come and speak. We had artists, DJs, musicians, cooks, mixers, people that make the drinks that we had. We had the cooking service, everything, the whole nine. Like I said, we had me and my game a chance playing. This is a lot of different things. Hookah companies, it's all Black owned. We kind of talked about solutions, education, a lot of different things. On top of the fact that we also, have Black fellowship where we got to party and do a couple of things within a respective reason. Nothing too crazy, but
Too crazy.
so I feel like that was pretty dope. So that was why I'm watching the take the weekend.
Excellence is an understatement. Folks.
Hey,
Hey, look, this is where he gets another one of those. Oh, he talks so nice. Common crushes on the Facebook. I saw that today.
I had to tell the boys, like, what is y'all doing to my girls?
Look,
Like,
don't do that. No.
nah, you did too.
Tevin's the dude of the podcast. He's the eye candy guy of the podcast. I'm the funny guy. You know what I'm saying? He's the.
Man, stop lying. You be taking these damn no shirt, you be glistening the shit out of your
Yeah. I'm a health and fitness coach.
Nah, fuck that.
I'm gonna help the first survive, get gains and get gone LLC. That's marketing. It's marketing.
Look at that smile.
Target client. Don't do that, man. Come on, man. All right.
so what about you, D? Your Juneteenth, man. What you
Yeah,
do?
what you doing?
Yo.
that fun.
Yeah, I don't know how my life just the way things happen in my life is just crazy. So, y'all, I'm gonna try to make this as quickly as possible. My Juneteenth. So let's rewind maybe 3 days before Juneteenth, right?
Yeah.
So, y'all remember, of course, when all the police officers, were walking out in Atlanta.
Yeah.
After Rashad Brooks killer was what's good. Roommate just walked in. After Rashad Brooks was killed, right?
Right.
How'd y'all feel about that actually? What were y'all thoughts when y'all saw like the officers walk out and stuff? Was that eerie? I don't know. Think about it. What was it?
The lady go first.
I have mixed feelings.
And they would be?
I feel like y'all just, you feel me, y'all walking out because of like basically, y'all feel like y'all not being protected or whatever the case is. There's literally laws for y'all. We can't walk out of being Black. We can't walk out of, you feel me, being targeted, So me personally, I think that was a pussy move. I'm just gonna say it was a pussy move.
Yeah, Is it? All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey man, you know what?
I
Hey,
can't
look.
put my words on it. It's
Pull up.
pussy, but
No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say that, but I do feel like you have a responsibility and you sign up for something. I mean, just because it got hard doesn't mean you walk off. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just quit and go home. At the end of the day, you knew the job was hard when you signed up for it, so now you have to eat the plate on which you had fixed for yourself. So at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to do what you have to do. You're gonna take that criticism. You have to take the brunt of that. That's what you signed up for. That job's not an easy job. Somebody has to do it. You signed up to do it. Do your job.
Do you feel like they were scared? That's why they walked out? Because I feel like they
I mean, you could be a mix. Maybe some were scared, maybe some were angry. Some have a lot of mixed emotions because it is not just an easy, one simple situation, right? Like I said, we talked about that last week, how some people are in, between a rock and a hard place. So some people literally are the rock and the hard place.
See, I was talking to somebody about the whole situation. It's like, and they were saying, well, look, obviously, I personally, obviously, there's no way any of these situations end up anybody being killed. But I do personally think that this isn't necessarily the same as comparable situation as others. I do think it's a little different. But it obviously shouldn't end up in nobody being dead, either way, right?
Right.
And so somebody was like, well, if somebody takes my taser and this, I hear you, but you got to be able to read the situation. The man is a little drunk. He's obviously doesn't want trouble. You have to be good enough at your job or discerning enough at the job to be able to realize if you need to use that force or not.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have that responsibility to be intelligent enough, and have your emotions in check enough to be able to just handle the situation. But obviously, it was something where you go to worst case scenario, right?
Correct.
But me personally, when I saw all that going down, the officer walking out, it was kind of eerie to me because it's like, all right, so y'all, a lot of y'all are saying crazy stuff on the internet. You got one officer, you got some talking about how they're planning to kill a whole bunch of black folks somewhere. The whole military guy planning a whole attack on his whole squad. I just feel like it's dangerous because it's like, okay, if y'all are leaving your job, what are they gonna? They those emotions are still festering. So I'm just thinking, what are they gonna do now? You know what I mean? And so you see how the KKK are doing their thing and all that. So I'm kind of in the mood where things are gonna get worse, more violent, because you got the hangings and all this stuff now. So when I have, the manager of the gym I work at, he pretty much texts me, saying, this is the day after that. Hey man, I want to talk to you about something important. It's nothing, bad. But we need to talk in person. I'm like, what's up? Why can't we talk? Text me, whatever. He said he doesn't want text message record, right? Now,
I think we talked about that.
Right. I told you from there, right? So you don't want text message record, right? And so in my head, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm being set up to be the next black person home. That's exactly where my mind goes to. So I'm in paranoid mode. You see all this stuff on social media every day, but generally I know he's a good dude, things like that, but that's where I'm going. So, I'm sleeping with my gun underneath the bed for a couple of days just in case anybody's pulling up. Now he calls me.
Wait, do they know what you say?
Huh?
They know what you say?
Well, here's my thing, right? If the police have an issue with you, right? See, I had already assumed it was something that had to do with the police or whatever, right? When he messaged me.
Right.
And we've done business in the past as far as personal training, but I didn't think it was that. Just because why no text message record? That's what threw me off. I'm asking parents about advice. I'm saying, I'm asking different people, what do you think of this? What can you make out of it? So fast forward, I was saying he was gonna pull up that Friday, but he calls me and says, well, look, man, I don't want to scare you or nothing, but there's some messed up people in this world, and basically he went into talking about how he feels for the black community, what they're going through with all the protests and the George Floyd situation. And that kind of made me feel good for one, because like, okay, so you see what's going on. There's some trust, a little bit more trust I could feel, right? And basically he told me that there was a BOLO on, right? A BOLO is a be on the lookout order amongst the police departments. And he basically said, and I'm not gonna repeat none of this, okay? But some of the stuff I was seeing online, just basically because I was just real passionate about seeing everything. And I was given solutions. But some of those solutions sounded a little bit, too threatening. At least when you're thinking about, okay, but what's his idea of what a good politician, a good cop, or a good whatever that is, right? Because different people have different opinions, right? So I guess I can understand why they would look at me like that. But yo, let me tell you, my heart fell directly to my big toe as soon as he said the police. He said "po" and it said stomach drop, and I'm driving, making a turn at this point.
Oh my God.
But fast forward, he says, "Yo, look, I know the police Bob, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk, so you can see you're a good dude." Fast forward, I get there. I have a talk with, the manager first, and we had a talk. And he basically tells me about, look, one thing a lot of my white people got to know is that in order for you have to have conversations and experiences with black people so you can understand, what's going on, what they're going through. He told me about growing up in, Douglasville and remembering how it kind of changed culturally over time, and first experiencing Mexicans and realizing that them looking down is not a sign of disrespect. Culturally, they don't necessarily look at each other in the eye all the time and talk because they're around so many people, and family a lot. So where a cop thinks it's disrespectful, oh, look at me in the eye when I'm talking to you, whatever. You see the discrepancies even culturally that you can have as a Caucasian officer in a different neighborhood. So, and he was just talking about certain things, experiences. So we went over and talked to the head of police, and they acknowledged my emotions and behind what I was saying and understanding it, at least, you know what I mean, and acknowledging that there is racism in police and stuff. But with some of the stuff I was saying, there had to have been something on me. Y'all, I walked through the police station and my face is plastered on the wall. Shirtless picture with nunchucks around my neck. But then another one with me with my hair slicked back and a sweater on so that they could catch both sides of me, right? Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, so-and-so works out at this place, he drives this, he does martial arts.
So they had a sexy picture of you, huh? Yeah, a sexy picture.
Yo, come on, yo, we not Yo, I asked if I could take a photo of it, they was like, no,
yeah, buttoned up, it was...
Man, look, anyways, but fast forward, it ended with them recognizing that I'm a positive, figure in the community with mentoring with kids and children book authoring. And they were talking about possibly they were trying to do mentorship with kids in the neighborhood. And
so it turned out good.
Yeah, they can't do a building, might do outside, but I know with this, what we talk about, this could provide room for conversations with communities, so the police and communities can understand each other to get certain things changed. And like if police understood the people in the community they were policing, we would have a lot of this stuff, change. Outside of the KKK and other people in the police system and everything, Okay, well, at least the white people that have an open mind to try to understand at some point.
I'm glad you said that. So,
But yeah, I thought I was gonna die. I was sleeping with a gun for a couple more days just in case I was gonna be pulled up during the heat of the night at 1 p.m. Because I really hope nobody still held me in contempt. You know what I'm saying? But even though the whole bolo was so. But yeah, I'm alive, still, y'all. I'm alive, y'all.
Still taking these half-naked pictures on this side. Alright, anyway. I'm sorry, I gotta play with you.
Trainer, man.
I have to play with you. Like, wait, pause. I have to make jokes.
You can, but God.
Alright, I have to.
And I gotta defend my marketing skills.
Yes, do that. It's your business. But alright, right, so your Governor Kemp, he done signed this Georgia hate bill, and what it is it's a bill that basically anybody who is convicted of, basically it protects citizens that's being targeted by like race, sexuality, gender, disability, everything like that. Mm-hmm. But yet there are people that's still trying to pass another bill that's going to protect the police officers, basically saying that if you're convicted of harming a first offender or committing a crime against a first offender, you'll get jail time plus a fine. But honestly, we already have like so many laws, so many bills passed to protect the police officer. Where the fuck is our protection? Y'all passed this hate crime now? Like come on. Now?
Yo, man, look, for one, alright, so here's my thing, right? While it sounds really good, it sounds great. Hate crime bill, you go to jail for a racially motivated crime. Here's my thing. How do you prove something was racially motivated?
God
and so it sounds good, y'all. It sounds, oh yeah, we're getting and they're understanding us and they're giving us what we want.
You know how hard it is?
Smoke and mirrors, y'all. Don't get snuck up with the okie doke. How do you prove that? Something's racially motivated. And that's what the real argument is gonna be. They're gonna be like, oh no, you just because here's the thing that officers always do say, and I understand it. We always gotta look at every single situation separately. Like we can't couple situations, we can't, clump things together. So while it sounds good, I think it's smoke and mirrors, to be honest. But I don't know, what you think?
It's one of those things where right now people are trying to do whatever they can to put themselves in a good light, right? We talk about companies, talking about politicians. They're doing whatever they think is best for them and their personal image and their position that they hold specifically. Mm-hmm. So with me saying that, I don't really think it's good or bad personally. Like I said, for the reason that you said, it's one of those things you have to kind of just see what happens, how they really go about this bill. I don't really see it doing too much. You know what I mean? To be honest, I think it's a minimal thing. It's something very small to give us, to pacify us in a sense, to kind of say, I did something for you. Yeah. And again, that's all done for my personal image, for who, the person that's passing the bill or the company that's putting out those notices saying what they believe. I don't really halfway support it. I feel like you're doing it just for the wrong reasons. But I feel like any progress, I guess, in a sense, is still progress. But I don't really rock with it too heavy.
But my thing is, okay, when we talk about these businesses and these companies and stuff, it's not like all of a sudden 2020 is now when, you feel me, like shit's hit the fan that they just automatically started killing us. This shit been happening. So why do y'all wait till 2020?
But you know that. You know why that is, because now it's like, with this wave is different. Mm-hmm. And I was the first person to say it at the beginning. I'm like, man, we're doing the same things. Nothing's really happening. We've been marching. It's one of those things where either you respond or you get swept up under not responding. Everybody's looking at every company like, oh, so you're not going to say anything? And it has repercussions. So now that a lot of people of our skin complexion are now, becoming more aware of these situations.
It's money.
But we're becoming more aware of what our dollar means. So if you're not for the cause, it's like, all right, we're going to pull that dollar. And they understand what that means, especially in this whole economical sense, where things aren't really getting spent on as much. People need that dollar.
That's what people need to realize, though, Like, I just want people to keep that in mind. Like, the only reason why anything is moving is because of money, and that's it. It's not because of genuine care and understanding. It's not because, like, talk to your white friends and ask them how much of their family, your white friends that are actually down with the movement, ask them how much of their family they've had to cut off. Like a lot of my white folks, and shout out to y'all holding it down. They're like, yo, 80% of my family, we don't talk anymore, And it's like, that's just...
And that's a tough thing, for sure. But I'm going to go back to what you said, the financial part. I'm not even really so much mad at the fact that, people are responding because of finances. I'm happy that people are understanding that it's a financial situation. Yeah. Once you understand that it's a financial situation, us as black individuals who have a big buying power and realize, okay, if they're understanding that this is a finance situation, I am a part of that finance. I'm a part of that equation. If I literally decide to not shop with you, then I'm going to get a response. I don't care what the response is or why you did it, because technically, now a lot of these people aren't doing it because they really love us. They're doing it because they're in a position where they know they need us.
Exactly.
And when they understand that they need us, we don't need them specifically, then now you have change. I don't care what it's for, why you did it.
Man,
just know that you understand
the most. Even though we might be the quote unquote, which I hate the word minority, by the way. But we do spend a lot, so we have a lot of buying power. And honestly, that makes this prime time for a lot of us to be learning a lot more about finance and saving, and just the power of money and how to use money for forex exchange market, whatever. Learn as much as you can about money.
You know why? Okay, so during this time, that's why it's so important. Excuse me. It's so important for us to get together and organize and figure out a plan, especially with our money. With black people, we make up $1.6 billion. We're planning on doing a blackout July 7th, where nobody spends anything. If you do spend money, spend it into the black market. But we need to spend this time trying to organize. We need to spend this time trying to figure out what we are going to do with our money. How we're going to sit here and really hurt these companies and the politicians and stuff. Like, our money means so much to them. Let's do something with it. Like, support black business, support the cause, support anything that has to do with us. But we have to organize. We have to organize. Like, seriously, it's so important.
Also, too, you should organize. One of the big things that we could do, which a lot of people are doing, I don't know if y'all understand, people are creating a lot of these black directories. Support those directories. So if you come across a black business, see if you can submit or get them to submit to our directory. So more on a widespread notion, you can understand and find where these places are. Because when we say blackout, only support black business, a lot of people don't know where to go or how to find black business.
Apps and
they do have apps for it.
Hell,
we do. They need to be utilized more, because I've downloaded some of them and it's not jacking. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I found one. What I'll do is, you guys, I'm gonna post it on our social media so you guys can go to it. I promise I'm gonna do it. But you guys need to know, like, let's support black business. There's an actual app to help you, whatever city that you're in. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no, you good, love.
Alright.
No, I was saying we actually have one as well. Black Atlanta has one on their website. You can get it, submit other businesses to them as well. So definitely just look at your local places, support some of these businesses. If you see black businesses, try to get them to find a directory or get put on a directory. Like I said, if you don't know where to go, like I said, Black Atlanta has one. BlackAtlantaLLC.com, go to directory and have them submit, so that way we can find them more readily.
On the real, I just went and got my tires changed off of this tire shop off of what's it, Mapleton Parkway, I want to say it is.
Is that a little shack right there beside?
It's like yellow.
Not
by Pebblebrook.
It's near Pebblebrook.
It's not shack, but you know what it's like a little. You pull in, you get your tire changed, you pull out.
Yeah. It's like a little. It's like another building right next to it. And I'm like, yo, why haven't I've been going to, Amigo around the corner, which Amigo, you're cool too. Paying, $45 here and there for a used tire. Y'all charging $35 to $40, save a little bit of money. Why don't I know about y'all business, y'all? And I'm like, well, for one, do y'all have a standout name? Like, it was just tire shop, or something like that. And I'm
know about it.
Well, use your last name at least, because they did have it on there, but they weren't marketing. Like, you gotta stand out. And so a lot of times too is we have to get in positions where, I gave them my business card to help you with marketing, because I do marketing.
I was about to say that. Like, did you?
Almost definitely, yeah. Gave my business card, the social media manager, do whatever, talk about marketing. And a lot of our black businesses, we have to learn about marketing and getting ourselves out there. A lot of our black owners, older black owners who may not know, too much about technology and stuff. Y'all need to start trusting some of these young people who are coming up to you in business.
Let me give them some love too, man. Like, understand, that's what real leadership is, though, for real. Like taking that initiative to say, you know, I'm gonna go to this place, I'm gonna shop with you one, and then also I'm gonna try to help you to get on that grander stage. So I respect you for that.
No, most definitely.
That was a boss move.
You know, look, and it's not even the owner who's helping me, it was the son. You know, like, yo, look, man, and I could tell, you know, he's maybe 2 years younger than me or something. You know, what's up? Like, who owns this? Oh, my dad. Oh, y'all own this together? It's like, yeah. Oh man, father and son, you shout them out on the, you know, the Instagram story. Mm-hmm. Like, I love coming across business like that. But it's like, man, we gotta get our marketing together and just get how to do business and in all of our areas of excellence. You know what I'm saying? Learn our markets, learn how to, you know, just flourish financial wise and all of that. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
What's up?
Remember, I just gave you a shout out saying that's what leadership is.
Yeah.
So when we talk about leadership in the black community, right? One of the biggest things is we don't have it. And was it J. Cole and No Name had this whole discussion about where that is. What do y'all think about that whole situation with J. Cole and No Name?
Woo.
So
go ahead, Brandon.
Yo, I mean, look, man, look. I just think it's funny, for real. Does anybody know where cancel culture started? For one, like, what is that?
That's a wave.
Is that millennials and is that Twitter?
Everybody be canceled.
Yes, right.
I don't know. Maybe
There's a social media wave where people are just jumping on the bandwagon. If you say anything that's somewhat remote or some perception, now you're canceled.
Let me tell you, little.
You sound old. Whippersnappers. You sound old.
I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to think of what to say.
That's where he was going with it. Just before I just take your head.
You know his legs already hurt.
Y'all, you're not canceling Cole. You can't do that. And that's where, honestly, a couple of conversations come out of this whole situation. Mm-hmm. But it's like, how loyal are we going to be to people who we claim to have respect for, claim to, you know, we like their message and what they talk about, but as soon as they say something we don't like, we just go and we kill them.
Okay.
Like,
but
y'all saw how I talked about Killer Mike last podcast, right? How we wanted to kill him, and it's like, it's like, yo, you low key can't. We're hard to deal with.
Humans,
man.
bro. They're still human. They will make errors in certain things, but that does not, you know, take away from everything they've done.
There was no error.
No.
He's talking about people in general.
I'm saying like as a person, even if I am a leader, right, in the community or doing whatever, I still make mistakes too. There are still things that I do not know. I am not all knowing, right? I know in the realm of what I have learned or dedicated my life to, but there are things that I'm still ignorant to. So even if No Name had a legitimate argument to J. Cole, you gotta understand there is a limit to what he knows and what he does with what he knows.
And he's a music artist too, like, and for real, like, morals of Cole, like, for real, we can see where J. Cole's morals are a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At least based off his music. No, I'm saying, like, we can't go and like just assume we know what his entire belief system is, but we know a little bit of where his moral code is, and it's like, excuse me, even if all he wants to do is make music and talk about what he wants to do and not anything else, yo, that's enough. To be honest, look at all the energy Lil Baby's song spark. It's #1 selling, and he doesn't even make music like that on a regular, right?
But you know what?
And it's like, but it's like that music fueled everything. It fueled a lot of the protests and a lot of the energy, and it's like, and so while it would be great for some of these music artists to maybe step in and do a lot more, like, I think for real, investing more, like, I'd see maybe putting your money somewhere, because I feel like we have too many rich black folk to be where we are right now. Like, we have so much money, we could be, honestly, have our own country right now, but we're not unified enough. And so I think this shows the lack of unification that we have, and even with just allowing black men to express how they feel. Like, if you listen to the record, he's big on the rub. He's even downing his intelligence a little bit. You know what I'm saying, in the record. But people are still wanting to kill him. First saying, oh, watch your tone. Like, come on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you told somebody to not yell at you before or something. You know?
But my thing is, I don't understand why the black community is trying to cancel. First of all, he's not going to be canceled.
Let's not say the black community. Let's say I don't know, just say ignorance on the internet ignorance.
Okay.
Or whatever. Ignorance on the internet. Ignorance on the internet. Ignorance.
Not, you know what I'm saying?
Ignorance.
When somebody cuts off words like that, that's how you know it's real.
It's ignorance.
Not ignorance, it's ignorance.
Okay.
It's ignorance on the internet.
I'm gonna let y'all name it.
We gotta make a shirt. Ignorance on the internet.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Y'all see what I gotta do? Lord have mercy. But no, like, J. Cole will never be canceled.
Cannot be canceled.
He cannot be canceled. For one, y'all trying to cancel him over a song in a response to what no nigga.
Now.
Okay, so I didn't really read the whole response, but I was told that basically she was saying like people basically need to get out there, you know, like protest and stuff more.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why J. Cole really responded to it that he did, because
didn't she say she was like how
well, you see somebody keep kind of sub-messaging you, you're gonna want to say something.
But hold on. J. Cole been doing his thing. J. Cole has been protesting. Just because he didn't broadcast him on social media doesn't mean that he wasn't there. He was there at Ferguson. He was out there protesting with the Black Lives Matter, with all the riots that's going on now. Dude has even donated money. So where do we come off saying that he's not there? He's not doing, you know, feel me? He's not doing what he's supposed to do.
Well, yo, that's the thing. We look at the internet as our source of information too much, man.
And broaden out of knowledge, man. Like, seriously, you gotta, just because you don't see it on the internet does not mean that it's not happening. But J. Cole has literally been protesting. He doesn't broadcast it. It's other people that will sit there and record him being out there. He's donated money, so that's why me personally, I don't understand why he would have sat there and had the response that he did towards her, because he's been doing what he's supposed to do. Like, you feel me? Not even what he's supposed to do, but he's been out there, and it's more than what a lot of people has done. A lot of people haven't donated. There's a lot of people who have not even rioted. You feel me? That went out there and marched and rioted.
At the end of the day, y'all worry about yourself before
Boom.
you worry about somebody else. And stop making these cute little memes about, oh, we want black men to express their feelings, and then when they do, y'all get mad at that too.
Hold on, can we play a clip of her song? Like a little
Go ahead. Yeah, let's do
this.
that. We ain't in no rush.
Oh, I have ambitions, dreams, but dreams don't come. I saw a demon on my shoulders, looking like patriarchy, like swivel blood off the ceiling and bleaching another carpet. And my house can run it. While Toya body on the body, all the life she wanted. The baby just 19. I know I dream all black. I say not everything, but a lot of tweets all caps. They say they found her dead. One girl missing, another one go missing. One girl missing, another, but niggas in the back, quiet as a church house. Basement studio when duty calls to get the verse out. I guess the ego hurt now. It's time to go to work. Wow, look at him go. He really got to write about me when the world is in smokes. When it's people in trees, when George was begging for his mother saying he couldn't breathe. He thought to write about me. One girl missing, another one go missing. One girl missing, another one. Yo, little did I know all my reading would be about there's trans women being murdered, and this is all he offered, and this is all y'all receive. Distract you from the convo with organizers. They talking abolishing the police, and it's the new world order. We democratizing Amazon and burn down borders. This is new vanguard. This is new vanguard. I'm the new vanguard.
All right, she got a sexy voice.
She does.
Alright. First of all, stop it.
She does. I'm sorry.
Nah, put your damn hand down. Put your damn. Anyway, but okay.
Okay.
Do y'all find that a little disrespectful?
I feel like, okay.
Worry about yourself.
Well, wait. When someone has an opinion, you're entitled to it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not mad at her opinion on how she expressed her opinion. That's her art form. That's how she vents. I'm not mad at that. What I want to analyze is the fact that she's saying, oh, all this stuff is going on in the world, and you want to talk about this, right? Now again, if I just said you can express yourself in however form you choose, like me being an artist, I do it in my art form. He did it in his art form. He just took it to song, right? And he expressed his feelings. Now, at the end of the day, he doesn't have a responsibility. I mean, I know people want to put that responsibility on him, but he doesn't have to talk about it, right? Me as an artist, I don't have to literally talk about anything that's going on because you feel that I should. To be honest, we all have that same energy. You can go in and have a podcast, create something, and you talk about it. But we don't put that pressure on ourselves, so why would we put that pressure on him? And for her to do so, it's like, why would you? You talk about it. You know what I mean? If you think that he should talk about it, why don't you talk about it? And I don't know if she has or hasn't, so don't attack me because I don't really listen to her as an artist, to be honest. This is my first time really hearing about it. So if she has put up something before or in the past, let me know, comment, put it on there so I can find out, and I'll talk about it in the next week's podcast.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, man. A lot more of these rich people do need to be pouring more into the black community. But for one, before you decide to start banking on somebody, do some actual research.
But he has though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's probably because she ain't seen nothing on Instagram. J. Cole don't post on Instagram. J. don't post on Facebook.
But he's there.
You know what I'm saying?
He's donated money.
Let people live their life. But okay, so. And let black men express their feelings.
But you know, with everything going around, when we do talk about leadership in the black community,
we're gonna talk about that some more, by the way.
Of course we are, but we are very quick to cancel somebody. Like for instance, B. Simone can't catch a break right now.
Oh yeah, they are.
She's kind of annoying to me, to be honest. She's kind of cute, but she's kind of annoying.
What the?
What you look like that for? What's that? Don't look at me like that.
Talk about that.
That face needs to be on the shirt. With a caption.
Alright, but and that's another thing I want to talk about. It's like when the culture, ignorant people want to cancel, these celebrities and stuff. Have y'all noticed that when we cancel men versus women, the women's careers really don't go anywhere after that?
That the woman's career doesn't go anywhere after that?
Mm-hmm. Like for instance, they canceled Chrisette Michele for being a Trump supporter. Yeah, you got Kanye, Chrisette Michele. See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Wait, who Michelle?
Chris. All right, look.
K Michelle?
No. Lord of mercy, no. Damn it! This is what I'm talking about. I'm putting your ass on. This is what I'm talking about. That's that goddamn shit.
It's okay, bro.
Nah.
Yo!
No.
Did you see?
This is what I'm talking about.
Yo, this is abuse.
But what? No.
If I was screaming at her on this video, what would y'all be saying in the comments right now? Look at that disrespectful black man yelling at that black melanated queen.
No. For you to say Chrisette Michele, is she K Michelle? No.
Okay, what's her first name? Chrisette
Michele. You probably heard some of her songs, you just probably didn't. So I'm not gonna fault you because you are a male. I love you.
I might die. This might be the last part. This might be
But no, okay, for instance, they canceled Chrisette Michele, right? But yet it's with a C. See? Look.
I don't know how to spell that. Listen,
Chrisette.
I know who she is, but I don't know how to spell her
I got you, just with a C. But yet, y'all cancel her because she's a Trump supporter, right? But you got whole Kanye out here who's a Trump supporter, then went to the White House, then
Kanye, I think people keep giving Kanye a pass because he comes off as mentally unstable. And he's in between this weird line of do we talk about the mentally unstable guy?
Okay.
Or I don't know, I don't know, I feel and then some people just can't let go, of course. Oh, Kanye, but
okay, well, I have a question for you.
There's a lot of things.
What about the producer for Nuck If You Buck? Are y'all canceling Nuck If You Buck?
What did he do?
Trump supporter. You gonna cancel Nuck If You Buck?
Well, look. Honestly, I've never canceled.
I was gonna say I'm not.
I don't cancel anybody for my political views, for their political views.
Yeah, you can have your own.
I think that's dumb. because if y'all look into Biden as well, y'all gonna think he's just as dirty. Look, as a matter of fact, if you want to play a little clip, you should play a clip of the Biden bill in 1993 when he was talking about, oh, we shouldn't care about black people and what we put them through. They just need to go to jail because they might kill my mother. Like, he's literally black. He
on the 1994 crime bill.
He's the seed for mass incarceration. No, don't do it with commentary. Like, there's
Did
just
you,
one.
Did you, now when I say this, I'm not trying to like come up with no explanation.
But I'm not a Trump supporter either, so nobody can read into that and try
Right.
Alright, I don't support neither, to be honest.
Nah, so when you say the crime bill, and what I'm about to say, it's not defending Joe Biden at all, like y'all will not
Just
know.
do Joe Biden 1993.
But on the Breakfast Club, he did an interview. His interview actually struck a lot of people for some of the things he said. I'm not really gonna go into it. If you watch the Breakfast Club, go look at the,
Without
Joe Biden's his interview, Lord, I got caught. But okay, so he was saying he wrote the crime bill because there was a lot of people who was pushing him to write the crime bill.
Oh, you flex.
No. Watching on your own time.
That's not.
But he was saying that
No, that's not it.
he was basically saying that he wasn't for the mass incarceration, that he just wrote the crime bill, and apparently he was against the mass incarceration. Me personally, I'm gonna do more research on it, especially before the main.
Here it is.
Phone that sounds like.
Y'all want me to play it?
I'm not gonna.
Look, y'all look.
Matter whether or not the person.
Oh no, see, Joe Biden warns of predators on our street. Look that up on YouTube. But go ahead.
I got you.
But not like look it up y'all on time. You feel me? Like I said, I'm not trying to give no explanation or trying to excuse what he said. All I'm saying is like, you feel me, with that, you really choosing which one is less evil.
And they're both equally evil. Like, I don't think there's that's my thing. I'm really realizing there's never been a lesser of two evils. To be honest, if you're gonna get really educated and understand how all this works, you'll learn that there's really no lesser of two evils. Both of them just evil. But go ahead, turn that up. Turn it up.
Let's hear it.
It doesn't matter. Or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I give myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now.
You know what? I heard enough for one, but let's just say this. The fact that, and the thing about it is,
This was that planted the seed for.
wait,
I want to listen to the whole thing too.
I don't think he's incorrect in what he's saying, but it's because what you've done to our community for so long. This is what you constructed to happen. But for you to look at it and say, we need to crack down on crime, that's not the issue. Crime was never the issue.
No.
It is.
Right. But
you got to put into us in a different way. You have to give, not take away.
If you finish the video, which you don't have to, you'll see that he really ends it in just throw them in jail. Like really, and that's the whole thing. He goes into talking about we don't know how to rehabilitate. We don't know how to rehabilitate them. Is that my lighter?
Yes, it is. I don't know what you want the alternative to be, but you were saying.
Yo, he just killed a roach with my lighter, son.
Oh, you don't say that.
Don't say that. No, but
I
anyways.
got scarred for like 2 seconds.
No, but
I'm gonna cut that out of the video.
but yeah. So he looks so look Joe. Look, so he goes and talking about like we don't know how to rehabilitate them, like basically just giving up on all of that, basically. And so people don't realize that this was what planted the seed for mass incarceration for black people.
Right. Mass
incarceration in black people came from this. This was a seed planter,
Of course.
But yeah, continue,
No, I mean, I feel, like you said, it should have been the mass incarceration. But he wasn't trying to right the wrong. Let's understand that clearly. He was not trying to right the wrong of what they had done anyway. But if you're going to literally restructure, you're saying we have a lot of crime, which, we do, but a lot of people do as well. Like, let's not play the game. We're talking about us from a number standpoint. We are the minority, so they have more crime than us, but they don't. That's another conversation. But we do have a lot of crime, just like anybody else, though. Let's be honest. And at the end of the day, if that's something you want to correct, you have to look at why is that. And he spoke on why that was. He knows clearly why that is. So
he said this doesn't matter.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. So you, like I said, you have to give, not necessarily take away. It shouldn't be punishment. It should be saying, all right, we're going to go in and we're going to fix the trajectory of where you are.
You for jacking up for us.
For you,
right? Like that's what you're saying.
You did this to us, but now you're mad because it's the repercussion of what's happening. So now you want to.
Yo, honestly, after seeing this and learning
because you don't want to see anymore.
But see, like I said, he knows what the real problem is,
and
if politicians will work on that problem instead of let's just lock them up, let's just do this.
But see, we go against the money. We're talking about. We look at the United States. It's a big business. It's all about financial gain, greed. That's why we are where we are. Everything is done from greed. Prisons are a big business.
It's a huge business.
They literally have laws out to where they have to have a certain amount of people in jail, period. There's a laws. If you haven't checked out that, look up, the 13th Amendment on Netflix.
Watch that.
Literally, they have laws that say that they have to be at a certain number of capacity. So that means that police have to literally arrest a certain amount of people to keep that number up.
That's why by the end of the month, you notice more people are getting pulled over.
Oh yeah,
they kind of rush.
They have to
get that quota.
And that's
dirty, man. It's dirty, but it is what it is.
Oh,
and what?
I have a thing. Let's talk about it. How do y'all feel about the whole defunding the police? That's a great.
Okay, first of all, I'm actually for it.
Are you?
So,
let's hear this.
Keisha Lance Volunteer actually said that she was going to defund the police department, and she's going to put that money elsewhere.
Where? Did she say?
I don't think so.
She's probably still working.
I just, when she first had like put it out there, I was like, okay, we getting somewhere. If you can sit there and put some of that money into our actual communities and helping and stuff, I'm all for it. I'm here for it because, like I said, we all know what the root problem is.
Facts.
We all know it. Like it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. And we can sit there and put money towards that and get resources to help with that. That will take us a long way rather than just getting locked up and all this other stuff. Like, come on. Put some of that money elsewhere.
What about you, brother? How do you feel about that?
I want you to go first because it sounds like you got a point to me. I just want to hear your point.
You know me, I can argue both sides, right? And for me, I understand both sides. Not saying I necessarily agree with either side per se, but I have to go into the mindset where I understand why you would think this way versus why I think this way. I don't agree with you, but I can see how or why, right? I learned that critical thinking. Shout out to Clark Atlanta University. So when I think about defunding the police, Me and a friend of mine had a conversation about this. And as I thought about it, through the conversation, I said, okay, defund the police. I don't think that's the cure-all, for one. I don't.
It's not.
But if we're gonna start there, then why stop there? If we're gonna it's a lot of things that need to be defunded and refunded allocated to certain things.
Here's my thing, man. Okay, you defund the police, right?
What happens?
For one, you make the police mad, and now.
Bro, I said the same thing.
And now they're gonna act out even more. And then the ones that quit. Here's my thing, yo. If somebody's evil and they do evil things like be in the KKK and do stuff, they need to go to jail.
No,
yeah, like that's my thing.
Due process.
Not get rid of the job, because these people are still gonna do something they anger. They probably still gonna go kill people, still gonna go do their little satanic rituals or whatever they be doing. Like whatever it is, they still gonna do it, just without the blue uniform. You know what I mean? Like they gonna night ride and all this stuff. Put these people in jail, and that's why all this everything that's I haven't seen nothing. Honestly, the law that was passed is literally, honestly, I think the biggest thing that probably happened out of everything, including statues being taken down and Call of Duty saying we stand with Black Lives Matter, like, and just all this other smoke and mirrors. That's literally it. And still, that law is still smoke and mirrors to me. No, we would literally have to put these people in jail who are part of whatever organizations in the police, in politics, a lot of people with power need to go to jail, and that's what has to happen.
Right.
And that's why all this stuff is not going to do nothing. And until we target the powerful people, that's not. I don't know. That's just me right now. Like until powerful people are targeted, all this stuff is nothing.
So okay. So if you had to give a closing remark on everything we talked about, had to sum it up within 30 seconds, what would you say to the people?
I would say
Look.
that how do I say this?
You want to come back?
No. I gotta say this very carefully.
No, I'm saying you want to.
No. I'm gonna say this. The thing for what that one status that I was on my Ebola report, I still stand by a lot of what was said, but I think the conversation can be had about what is the definition between a good and bad cop and politician.
Okay.
And what are these people doing?
Right.
What is their agenda?
Okay.
Like, that's what's got to happen. We have the entire system has to be dismantled,
Right.
and changed. But the thing is and that's why it's weird, because the United Nations already has a plan for a whole new political system. It's on their website. We are the United Nations,
Right.
America, and so it's like no matter what we do, law-based here, what is that going to bring about? Still, you know what I'm saying? What's that going to change?
So if you had to sum up everything of all your thoughts about what everything we talked about, what would that be? If you had to give these people something to think on, a nugget to walk away with, what would it be?
Hey, I'll say this too. Find your faith. Find some faith as well. Pray, look inward, do all that. Find some peace outside of all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Go ahead, love.
Me personally, I'm just gonna say, like, please be careful. Please educate yourselves. Just those two, and that's the only thing I really got for y'all. It's dangerous times out here, but education is educating yourself is very important.
Be careful with this sandstorm situation out here. That's honestly something that sounds more makes sense to wear a mask for, other than the COVID.
Right.
Because sand can't get through, certain things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But be careful with that. Air quality is supposed to be bad. People can get sick, from all that.
So listen, my 2 cents. spend your money in black communities. Look at some of these directories and start to make that a part of your day-to-day life to where you look for black companies to shop, eat, use X, Y, and Z first. Again, remember being pro-black isn't being anti-anything else. It's just saying that we can do things just as well as any other race. So I would first think to put money in our pockets, and then if not, you can shop anywhere you like. But remember, man, we do things great. Excellence is an understatement, and we are black. We are excellence in definition. Peace.
Hey,
Wait.
side too. Before we leave.
He's done talking.
Drop the mic.
Tev's not here anymore, y'all. Go ahead.
Anyway, but before we leave, we have a new segment coming out called Talks on the Rocks. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. There's gonna be some lit conversations, some conversations that need to be had.
Definitely.
Y'all just look out for it and support it.
Yeah, man. Excellence is an understatement. Deuces. Catch y'all later.
That's a wrap.
Peace, love, and hair grease, everybody.
What?